So yeah, did you see Lana married that alligator tour guy?
There's a
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping there's going to be a Zydeco vibe on the next album. Oh!
Another letter.
What? I wasn't here last week. What do you mean another letter?
Got one from the library ghost.
Alright. That's very fancy.
Ring Zero Birthday was a work of art, but this movie is only the start. I hope you're taking notes and paying attention, as there is another clue I forgot to mention. One Cut of the Dead holds many themes. A zombie film, yes, but it's not what it seems. Yours truly, Library Ghost. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Caffeinated Librarians, Spooky Edition. We're continuing our Halloween series with another one of the Library Ghosts picks. This time it was the 2017 Japanese zombie comedy One Cut of the Dead. So yeah, I mean, should I do a little plot synopsis?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, so this film has a structure I absolutely adore. So it's, you read the plot description on Amazon or however you're watching it, and it's like, all right, a group of filmmakers are attacked by zombies while making a low-budget zombie film, and the director goes crazy and insists they keep rolling. Now, that's about the first 30 minutes, and then that movie ends. And then we get, okay, 1 month before, how did the crew actually make that movie?
Yeah.
And it quickly becomes a film about the triumphs and travails of low-budget filmmaking.
I was kind of sad though when it wasn't really like they weren't really attacked by zombies. I was like all into that. I was like, okay, how are they gonna survive this? And then the girl goes crazy. Yeah, but it was fun though. Can we talk about? I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but he left an impression on me. The gentleman who can't have certain type of water.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was the
plays
funniest.
sound guy. Yeah. He's emailed them so many times.
The guy that's very nervous about where to poop.
Yeah.
And you do find out why, because he has a very weak stomach, apparently.
Yeah, I just love that. I just have to have certain type of water. I emailed you. The girl goes, yes, I know. Like I emailed you. Goes, yes.
Over and over again, every time. See,
That was his own fault. He picked up the wrong water bottle.
Yeah.
I don't like zombie movies, but I loved this because it's not a zombie movie. It's like the background of making it.
Even the first 30 minutes, I was having a fun time with, because it's just like, look at this scrappy little low-budget production that's like doing a really long one take. The whole thing is one take. And and this movie was actually made for a minuscule budget. It was about $25,000.
Oh my god.
And it made back over 1,000 times its budget.
Wow.
31.2 million worldwide. So
Wow. Good for them.
I
It was a
loved
fun
the
time.
director when he would come in. Action! With everything, I was like, that's great. So I'll say, Simone and I talked a couple days ago. I hadn't watched the movie yet, and I'm not crazy about comedy horror movies. Like I don't really like Shaun of the Dead.
really,
yeah.
I love Sean.
I'm not crazy about Tucker and Dale. This movie, I loved it. I was really into it, and I gotta tell you, I think it's because it wasn't really a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's because it was a comedy, and it's about making a movie. It wasn't like there's no real zombies in it. Like
This was not a horror movie.
This hardly counts as a horror movie. I thought it was great. When you're watching those first 30 minutes too, they do such a nice job of setting that stuff up for the stuff that's going on behind the scenes in the last hour.
The reverse engineered gags are so
Brilliantly done,
beautiful
yeah.
in this film. There's so many moments in the film movie within a movie where you're watching, you're like, I wonder why, like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for every single one of them, you get a
The background.
you get a character detail in the second act, and
Yeah.
then what actually happened in the third act, and it's like
Yeah.
everything's just so beautifully plotted and
Yeah.
structured.
Yeah, they do a really nice job of it. The one that really, when I really like, kind of hit me was when the three actors are sitting there and they kind of ask each other, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" like 4 times, and I'm
Yeah.
like sitting there being like, "Why the hell are they doing that?" In the first 36 minutes or so, and then you find out later on, you see the people in the background like giving cues like
Improv,
something's
improv,
wrong.
yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was very, very pleasantly surprised.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a delightful movie, and just I don't know, it is one of the more like realistic, like, okay, behind the scenes of how we're making a movies I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Like, it's so real and just like, like, this is what low budget filmmaking is. A lot of the times the directors, they care about the art, but it's also a job. They
Yeah.
need to pay the bills. Like, the guy in this, he's not rich. Him and his family live in a tiny apartment, and what he does pays the bills. This is his job, and I don't know. I like seeing that aspect of it.
Yeah, it was so cool seeing like the crew like walking around with the buckets of blood and like putting it
Yeah.
on. And then when she is chopping the
yeah.
director and she's got like the hose and she's like squirting the.
spraying her in the
Is that
face.
actually how they do that?
I mean, that's one way to do it. Yeah.
We
So
in that terrible movie that I showed you guys that we made in high school, we had somebody laying on a bed with like one of those Febreze bottles, spraying the blood like up. Yeah, it was really like it was cool to see. It was like a nice, I don't know, it was awesome. I really liked it.
Let's see. I wasn't, like I said, I'm not like a big zombie movie person, so I wasn't super into the first 30 minutes. Like, it was like, this is cute. But then, like, I loved the second and third act.
When you Google this movie, one of the first results is a Reddit thread of somebody being like, "I'm 25 minutes into One Cut of the Dead. This is awful. Why do you guys like this movie so much?"
But it was great. I loved that, like, things kept going wrong, and then the director ends up playing the director, and then his wife is the makeup artist.
For me, one of the biggest laughs was immediately as soon as he starts playing the fake director, he just starts tearing into his lead
Yes.
actors. Because he's a very, very meek man normally. He kind of takes on this one-shot live zombie film because he doesn't know how to say no to people.
Yeah.
And
Can we talk about the self-defense thing that she does?
Oh, yeah.
Pump.
boom!
I love the instructional video because
I love even the guy on the video being like, "This is essential that you yell pom."
yeah, because it reminds me. I think it was in Sweden. They started like putting out self-defense videos from like how to prevent sexual assault, and it's literally the woman going, "Stop." And I remember it was like, oh, so that's all we need to do. It's just yell stop. Like, and that's what I was thinking. She was like, oh, I said, that's the key. Just go pump. Like, that's just what I came in my head. Like,
it
pump.
worked for her.
It did for a
It
while.
did.
Yeah. It was.
The director's wife used to be an actress, but she had to stop because she gets too into her roles.
Yeah.
Meaning she'll go off script and do what she thinks that her character would do, even if that means breaking another actor's arm.
That's
Yeah.
beyond method acting. Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
I liked when they have to like when two people grab her and she's still just going pom pom
Yeah.
like trying to get her arms up. Oh man.
Yeah, they had to choke her out.
Yeah. Another thing with at the beginning of it too, I'm kind of I remember being like watching it and being like, I was assuming that whoever the camera person was had a crush on the actress.
Because of all the upshots.
It's
Yeah.
all the upshots, but also it's all her. So I was like, why are they focusing on her so much? It's all her. Like, you don't know what's going on. And then obviously you find out, you see what's going on and everything like that with, the guy getting his head chopped off and stuff like that. Not really getting his head chopped off. But yeah, just really, really well done because you really do question the first 30 minutes. You're like, what's happening here? Like, how is this a good movie?
I know the bit where like the camera just kind of drops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on the ground.
And it just the way the style changes after that is extremely funny to me because it's the young assistant who really wants to do cheesy zooms.
Yeah. But then people love the cheesy scenes.
Yeah. I loved how little the executives cared as they were watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
There was
yeah.
one guy being like, "Isn't this part going on really well?" And then like the big boss, she's just on her phone. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Huh? What?"
Yeah.
She didn't care. She's like, this is making money somehow.
Yeah, I love it.
I liked his daughter, how concerned she was about the art of
She's-
it. And how
she's
she
so
goes off on
cool.
using fake tears. But I remember reading an article on that is the thing. People that, like, because some actors need the use of the artificial tears, others, I guess, can just on cue produce it naturally. But I remember reading an article about, like, whether or not that should be allowed, like, you know, using fake tears or whatever. Like, so that whole scene reminded of that. She's like, it's fake. How she's going off on the little girl. Like,
I
you
love
have to
I
feel
know.
it.
And so when he comes to stop her, she's like, "This is a battlefield."
Yeah. I like how she takes charge when they when they're afraid, because like it's the scene where like something has gone off script and she's saying, "Oh lady, let's get it going."
Yeah, because
And
Yeah.
she opens her dad's script and she
Yeah.
sees the picture of her in there that he was using for
Yeah.
inspiration. And
Yeah.
I like how like
Yeah.
the personal stakes in this are kind of small because it's not like she hates her dad or anything.
Yeah,
No.
She just thinks his work is lame.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, you can't blame her for that, but like
Yeah.
the movie's him kind of trying to prove like, hey, look, I can be a cool guy too.
Yeah. And I like how she's in love with the lead actor.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of you guys, like you guys with the
oh.
with the K-pop.
Oh, Katie's computer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I was just like, oh, this is like Simona probably relates to this. Yeah.
You know, I like that the mom was like, oh, he's her current favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like when her dad's butt, she was like, no. When he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
blocking her.
exactly,
It was very funny. But I like that he like slaps the lead actor and then later he's like, "But you hit me," and his wife like back.
Yeah.
It's so good. She's like, "Just shut up. Just shut up and do your job."
Yeah. Yeah. I really just going back to the daughter. I liked her a lot. First off, she has really cool T-shirts.
Yes. Yeah.
The taxi driver one and the Shining one, really cool. Like she's like so much cooler. Like she's like the kind of person like in high school that I'd want to like hang out with. Like she's just seemed cool, and I thought it was really nice that she got to do the final shot.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
So there is actually a spin-off film called
really?
I think it's just called like One Cut of the Dead spin-off, and it's her making an American sequel to
Oh.
this. So.
Is it as like acclaimed?
It is not. It is not the same director.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm still kind of curious about it, just because she's
Yeah.
a really fun character. They also did a little COVID special.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
But I like this a lot.
It is like I do kind of like though when they're talking about like how they found the location, like the industrial setting for the film. And I'm assuming like even with small productions, if you want to film in an area, even if it's abandoned, do you still need to get permission to do filming? Or
Depends.
it's almost like
It depends who owns it.
okay.
Depends if you get caught.
Yeah, that as well. You know,
Okay.
a lot of smaller productions will shoot guerrilla style, and so
Okay.
that they're told to stop. They'll disperse for a little bit, maybe come back a few hours later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we made the movie in high school, there's a scene in the cemetery, and the police actually came because somebody called the police on us, but they were just like, "We don't care, you guys can film."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Usually, the worst that will happen is you get shooed off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because like I like that aspect when people who have to like do the scouting for locations and finding like the perfect one. I feel like that can be so fun. Not that it's not stressful, but at the same time when you know you found like the perfect place for this. And also I like in the industrial setting, like the fact that they're filming there. I loved the moments before I realized where this was going when the director just shoves the zombie back and he's like, action! And it's just like
action! I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when they talk about the director who did The Exorcist, he would fire live rounds to get genuine fear responses.
William Friedkin, Hurricane Billy.
Really?
Yeah, like to get genuine fear response, he would fire off live rounds on set.
Yeah, he was a dangerous director.
Yeah.
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 He did The French Connection too, and famously the car chase in that,
Yeah.
where a car is chasing the L train, is not faked.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were driving a car very fast through the city.
Oh my god.
And you know what? When you mentioned the upshots of the main actress, you know what it was reminding me of? The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, like, the girl that gets killed off, spoilers, that gets killed off first in that film, the actress said she did not realize, you know the scene where she's walking towards the house and it's like an upshot scene? She didn't realize they were filming from that angle, and she got very upset.
Yeah.
So that's what it was reminding me of. I don't know if that's because with a lot... I'm sorry, what?
Why did she get upset?
I guess because she felt like she was being objectified.
I
Like,
guess.
And also, I guess if you don't know that you're being filmed
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
also a very weird way to shoot. Like, I don't know why you'd feel like shooting the rear end is like, that's the best angle for this scene.
Well, I can
But-
tell you why.
Well, I know
Yeah.
why, but I'm saying in terms of like the story you're trying to tell. And that's what that
But this
reminded
made
me
sense
of.
for this, though. Because the camera person's following them.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
yeah,
what I
no,
thought.
I didn't
I've
think
never
it
seen
was.
the
I
Texas
did not
Chainsaw
think this
Massacre.
was gratuitous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
Like, I just thought maybe they were playing on it. Not like it was like a big deal for me. I was like, oh, there's a lot of just shots of this girl. But yeah, I kind of really wish the zombies were real. I was kind of disappointed that it's not really. A
I
zombies,
liked
but-
all of the shots of people's legs because they had to hide
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. Or even just like when the zombie walks into like the little like barge she's hiding in or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see it's just somebody holding up a sign.
Grab the axe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that. I liked
Yeah.
that she had to pretend to be scared.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was really kind of clever. And I didn't expect it. Like watching the first 30 minutes of it, I didn't expect it. And even when after those first 30 minutes, when it jumps and it says 1 month earlier, you still aren't like immediately thinking like this is going to be
Yeah.
like just a movie. You think that what happened, and they're just kind of going back in time.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too. Like I thought, oh, like we're gonna find out what went wrong.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what was the ritual that he allegedly did that
He
called
just
the zombies.
he
Like, what did
summoned
he
zombies.
say?
That was
Yeah,
all.
he
He
summoned
put a
zombies.
pentagram of blood.
Oh,
and
because I
Yeah.
thought he said at
chanted
first like I
something.
sprinkled blood over the roof. I'm like, how's that gonna summon zombies? Like I didn't understand that part. I was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the old man that gets just like toasted.
Oh,
on set.
I loved that guy. I loved all the Weekend at Bernie's bits they did. It was
Yeah.
getting puppeteered by the director because he was too drunk to stand up.
And I love like the assistant freaking out. He's like, "What's that liquid? What was that?"
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah, the fact that the vomit was real. Yeah.
It's like, can I not wipe my face? They're like, no. It's like,
Yeah, and he's just freaking out and screaming.
And she got thrown up on too, right?
Yes,
Yes.
she did.
And I love how like earlier in the movie they're like, yeah, no, my people don't want me to be vomited on. Or something
Yeah,
like
she was
that.
like, yeah, I don't mind it, but my agents do.
Yeah.
It's just really funny.
Yeah. It was really clever, really well done.
It was.
Oh.
It was very clever.
Yeah.
I also like when he loses his arm the first time. She goes, oh, like, take your arm back. She goes, oh my God, he really lost it. I thought that was funny. Like, when she was like, oh no, his arm is really detached. But that also, like, I liked seeing the behind the scenes because that reminds me when I was watching behind the scenes of, like, one of the Terrifier films. And it made it less scary for me. Because seeing, like, how it's done, like, the actress, like, hiding an arm and, like, you see the fake arm that's sort of like, oh, that's not that scary anymore then. I liked seeing those behind because I like seeing the practical effects of how things are done. I think that makes things like more fun for me, like all the work that goes into it. So I loved it when they're like just running with the buckets, just
Yeah.
sprinkling them.
Yeah.
Or even the people with like the dummies that they're like waiting to like toss into the scene. Like I love stuff like that because I think a lot of times people forget all the magic that happens behind the scenes that makes it possible.
Yeah,
for you
and
to-
what I really love about this is it does that for like a very dumb, goofy little movie, and it
Yeah.
it shows like here is how much love and care and
Yeah.
work went into
Yeah.
it went into like this dumb zombie movie that you'd watch at 1 a.m. and laugh
Yeah.
at. Like,
Yeah.
It is. I like that. There's a lot of love and effort and problem solving and attention to detail. My favorite scene though is like that final scene where they're making like the human pyramid. Cause
They kind of got me emotional.
Yeah.
They're banded together.
Yeah.
It's so cute. And then his daughter, you're right, gets the last shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my favorite. It's very sweet because they accidentally push the crane off the roof.
And they just
I
kinda
know,
stare at
and
each other when
just
it
like
happens.
him fighting for the crane shot too.
Yeah.
Like him screaming at the producer, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I lost my temper."
Yeah, and how many like movies, like obviously I don't think like have like one shot takes.
It happens a lot. I mean, usually they're not super long. Usually a
Yeah.
few minutes
Yeah.
is like the regular thing. But like now, there's a lot of movies that aren't one shot but pretend to be.
Yeah, like 1917.
Or
right?
or
Yeah.
Birdman, or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But there's one Russian one called Russian Ark where it's like, yeah, I don't think it's anything too narrative focused, but it's like a museum thing.
Okay.
There are some crazy one take shots, and let me make sure I get the name right. The Cranes Are Flying. It is a Soviet film, and they were just giving people an insane amount of money in the Soviet Union to make movies at this time. So there is elaborate stuff. I Am Cuba as well also has that communist government funding where they get to do insane shots. But yeah, Scorsese does them a lot, like the famous one in Goodfellas when they're walking into the back of the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. Rope faked it, right? With Hitchcock.
Yes, because they were physically unable to do that.
Yeah.
Because the reels were only so long at that point, so
okay.
they could not film a full 90-minute movie on one take. But
Yeah.
Okay.
so every like 10 minutes, there's a very conspicuous zoom in on somebody's back, and then a zoom out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Rope.
Yeah.
Rope was good.
It's two guys who are very clearly gay, but they can't say it. They murder
They're
somebody.
roommates? They're just
Yes,
roommates?
yeah. They murder somebody
Roommates.
based off this bizarre philosophy their professor Jimmy Stewart taught them, and then they invite people over. They hide the body in like a chest, and they invite people over and have a dinner party on that chest. And
Love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Actually.
very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it all just plays out real time.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. And that was the first, that was the first movie I saw that did something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are probably ones earlier. I know you would know more than.
I don't know off the dome, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure people were trying stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But yeah, they take a lot of planning, as shown here, and a
Yes.
lot
Yes.
of scrambling of the crew, and
Yeah.
And sometimes mistakes happen.
yeah.
That's cool. Now I want to see that movie with the dead guy in the chest.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
1000%.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I want to see. It's Rope, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 1000%. Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We might have it. I mean, we have a pretty decent
We do.
classic.
Yeah,
section.
we've got a lot of Hitchcock movies.
Cool. Yeah.
Is that the only person they murder? I don't mind being.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did he
I'm pretty sure.
deserve it?
No. It's they're like they're on some Ubermenschen philosophy. Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. Still very funny. Sounds very entertaining.
Yeah. I thought 1917 did a good job with it too. They do a lot of one-shot stuff, and they do editing tricks to make
Yeah.
you think that it's all
One
all
shot.
one shot.
Yeah. Now it's easier to stitch together with CGI and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the Yellowstone prequel?
No,
it's
it's the Sam
Sam
Mendes
Mendes.
World War One movie.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
it's very good. I think it won Best Picture.
Oh, it's
Or maybe he won Best
1817
Director. It
maybe
might
is
not
the
have won
other
Best Picture.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's 1817 is the other one, or what?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not
I haven't
up on
watched
Yellowstone.
I'm surprised you don't watch Yellowstone, actually.
I know. I feel like I'd like it.
I have seen some Tulsa King by the same writer.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Hysterical show. It is.
Is it supposed to be hysterical?
It is a
Oh, okay.
comedy,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's also funny in other ways because it's just an elderly, like, Sylvester Stallone wearing very shiny
Yes.
suits. He's a great actor now, but, like, he wears very shiny suits and he walks around. He's like, what the hell is a Bitcoin? And then, but also he is an unstoppable criminal force. He makes everyone around him into a better criminal. Nobody can touch him physically. He is the perfect man. Like, it's awesome.
The clips I've seen of Yellowstone, even though I'm not like a big Westerns person, looks great.
Yeah.
And they were very entertaining, but also it's like a drama comedy. So,
Yeah.
like, I keep the one scene of the blonde's husband in a bar getting hit on is on my TikTok feed all the time.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like, ma'am, you should stop. Ma'am, you should stop. My wife is in here.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Simona, what was your favorite scene?
Oh my, I don't know. I guess really watching when the crew gets together and they're doing the setup. I like a lot of those behind the scene moments. And eventually when the director has to become the director in the film, he goes, no, I can do it. And it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I like when the I guess he's the producer, the guy with like kind of like the longer hair, and he's like, oh, the director's actually a good actor.
I
He's
know.
like really surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. He's really just like taking it as the opportunity to lay into.
I
these
know, I was
these
dying
Yeah.
when he started slapping the lead actor. I was like, oh my
funny.
god.
And I don't blame the
It's
lead
all
actor.
coming out.
Yeah. I love when their daughter's like, my mom can do it. She used to be an actor, and the dad's like, no.
Under no circumstances am I working with your mother again.
But it's nice. So I like those little moments. And how then certain things like start to make sense. Like I loved the old guy that gets drunk. Like I was like, oh, I just lie him out in the field. He goes, oh well, he's just staying. Yeah. So I liked those moments, and also like you see also some of the politics behind it. How like when you're not really concerned about the art, which is the people that pitch the show, they don't care about the art. There's like, oh, ratings.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those conflicts that come into play where it's like, no, I care about the product I'm putting out, but it's like, oh well. Sometimes you have to make those concessions,
Yeah.
but it could end up very well working in your favor at the same time. But yeah, so I liked those moments. I think that's really fun, and I always love seeing the behind the scenes. I know some people say it spoils the magic, but I think it just enables you to have a greater appreciation for those who are behind the scenes
Yeah.
that you don't
Yeah.
see.
And
Yeah.
I also appreciated that we got a actual behind the scenes over the credits too.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
that
cool.
very funny. Like
Yeah.
to keep pulling
It
the
was
layers
exactly.
up.
Yeah, because like you've seen it where like at the end, yes, I'm gonna bring up a K-drama since it was brought up again, but at the end when they thank the crew, so you see that the crew like, or even the people that provide the food for the actors, like like all those people that you don't think about, but are very important to making the film. Because without these people, you don't have a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
so I like that, and all like the work and the passion that goes into it. Like I also like the practical effects of how they do things. Like I really like. It's fun to me,
Yeah.
like seeing all those things. So
You even got to see like, you know, I know not they're not really like editing it, but you even got to see like switchboard people, like
Yeah.
you know, like which is nice. You never see them.
Yeah, I liked how they were like getting ready to be like, all right, when do we have to put up the
Oh, yeah, I
stand
love
by
that.
message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever like tried like filming anything? I know you have, obviously,
Yes.
right?
Yep. I was on a lot of student productions.
Yeah.
That's
Have any fun
pretty
stories?
fun. Nothing too crazy, honestly. A lot of just like, a lot of improvising, trying to get certain effects. There was one I was on set before. It was a fun one. It was a comedy sketch, but it was like a guy astral projected and out of class into a party, and then his
Nice.
body was taken over by like a demon. And
oh, you shared that with us.
I think so. Yeah, it's a funny
that
one.
was awesome.
I like that one.
I
a lot.
liked
Yeah.
that one. That
But
one was
yeah,
really
and what just like having to get like the sort of like vomit / blood on his face. We were
Yeah.
taking like molasses and just
Oh,
throwing it
God.
on him.
Yeah, I had to film something for like a high school class, so I was a news reporter. But then I got to be behind the camera and do the zoom in, which I thought was kind of cool, and the zoom out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a production studio, I guess you'd call, like in my school.
Oh my god.
And a lot of people, like one girl that I knew that eventually got into film, and she met Keanu Reeves. She started off in that.
That's incredible. Good
Yeah,
for
so
her.
she and her husband, I think, have a production company, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, cool.
awesome.
And she started off in high school in the, I think it was called the AV or whatever,
Yeah,
like
I think
club.
Yeah, the AV club. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
but like, so my experience was we were being filmed. We were I was a news reporter with another classmate of mine, and then eventually the guy who was behind it had to get into the shot. So he says, "Okay, this is how you zoom in, and you're gonna zoom in really close." So that was kind of cool.
So you have acting experience, and yet
Maybe.
when we want you to act, you seem resistant.
Because I get too
Is it because you're like the mother, or do you get too into your roles?
No, I get too self-conscious.
Well, you have
So.
no reason to be. The only thing I've ever done was for extra credit in AP US History, and I had to pretend to be a female mob boss in the 1920s who really did
Cool.
exist, Texas Gwinnett. And I had to learn all kinds of vocabulary and pretend to smoke a cigarette out of a cigarette holder and get all dressed up. Yeah, it was fun.
Do you still have that video?
You know, I bet my best friend does. We're not going to ask her for it, though.
Yes, we should.
Because it was the two of us filming one another.
Let's do it.
It was really fun, though.
I on another project, I helped two classmates do their like final project, and so I filmed it for them like while they acted in it, and I forget why, like what the story was that they came up with, but we like took I don't know what they are, but basically we taped two things over the lens of the camera, so that half of it was in blue and half of it was in red. Because I guess he was supposed to be angry and he was supposed to be sad or something, and I didn't know how to do that in the camera or through editing.
God.
So
I love that.
so we actually like taped stuff onto it, and I was like, this doesn't look that great, but it doesn't look that bad either. Let's just go with it.
I love that.
Yeah, I think the assignment was for a history class. Because
Look
we
at
had
history go.
No.
Yeah.
History classes.
One of my favorite activities is to go into YouTube and type in a push music video.
Oh my god.
You find gold.
Really?
You
Well, that's-
find
mine was for A-Push.
just a bunch of
What?
16-year-old boys rapping about the Revolutionary War
Oh
to
my
Kendrick
god.
songs.
This
It's
sounds
so
amazing. Well, like I said, mine
it was
was for
promoting a
APS.
product. Like, mine was for like menstrual cramp relief. Like that was the thing I could think of, and we had to push about
Love
why
that.
it was needed. Some kids did things I can't say on the podcast what
Like-
they were
like
promoting.
what?
I can't. I'll say it afterwards.
Oh my god.
I'm so sad we can't put this out.
I know. What's your high school?
This is the
Maybe we can
funniest
Google
story
this.
we've ever told on the podcast.
I'm so embarrassed that I brought that up, but it's just so funny.
I mean, we're getting so much enjoyment out of this.
That detour. Have we got any other favorite movies that pull little tricks on you as the audience? Because I really enjoyed this. I love being pranked by art, frankly.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
tricked and bamboozled is a delightful feeling.
It is, yeah. Especially when it's done very well, like this. I don't know. Do you have any? I can't even think of an example.
I need to think. It's like movies.
I just have that in my head now.
I know it's so.
That's what they called it. And I think they even had the bottle, and they had the thing on it.
Oh, I guess Fight Club does that.
Oh yeah.
First time I saw Fight Club, I
Yeah.
didn't know that was coming.
Psycho has a bizarre
Oh,
structure
yeah.
to
Yeah.
it. Like the bit after she dies, the camera just kind of roams around. Like, all right, I don't know what to do
Yeah.
now. And
Oh, Arrival. That really
I've
messed
never
with
seen
my
that.
mind.
Wait, is that the one with Amy Adams?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh yeah, I saw that for my grammar class.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh well, I guess
Because
they
it's
are talking
linguistics.
about-
Yeah.
I saw that in a screenwriting class, and the professor showed it. He hadn't seen it before.
Okay.
He did that a lot with movies, which is kind of amazing because then he just worked through his feelings in front of us.
Oh,
Oh,
And,
interesting.
like,
Okay.
like at the end of it, everyone was crying, right? And he comes back, And like we take like a 5-minute break because the class is like 3 hours. He comes back and he's like, all right. So I've been thinking about it, and he's like, actually, that ending was, and I didn't actually deserve the tears. They just played that music.
That's true.
Yeah.
The music
I was
is
very-
pretty intense. Yeah.
I don't remember the ending.
I think it's a good ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but
I've seen the movie. I just don't remember
you
the
seen it?
ending.
Arrival?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. I spoil things all the
she
time.
does. She's so infuriating. Yeah, basically, like it's a very Christopher Nolan-esque. It's like a play on time, and so like
Yeah, they're trying to like communicate with them, and then they figure out how to communicate with them. I remember that.
yeah, she ends up calling the Chinese president, and there's something with her daughter, and
Oh, that movie.
but
Oh.
and it's like he has to do something in the past or something like that,
What?
or in the future, but it affects the past.
I forget all
You know
of that,
what? I gotta
honestly.
watch it again.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I've seen the movie.
Yeah. I remember my mind being blown, maybe because I didn't fully grasp it.
I'm trying to like think about Fight Club because I read the book, so I never got to experience the movie with that twist. So,
Yeah, I think I had read the book after I saw the movie, for sure.
I think my older brother spoiled it, so I knew the twist. Yeah, he, I think,
That's a
mentioned
good
what the
one,
twist
though.
was.
it's a great
Yeah.
twist, especially like when you're reading the book because you really have no way of knowing because
Yeah.
he's your narrator and he is a reticent narrator to begin with.
Yeah. Actually, maybe she's having like visions of the future.
Oh my god.
Because of the
Lou,
aliens.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. I
I-
remember the music.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Which
maybe
is why
they
I'm kind of
show
like, maybe
her.
the professor was right.
Maybe they show her the future.
I think they do show her the future, and then she has to decide whether or not, like, she's gonna
What
go through
future
with it,
they
even though she
choose.
knows her daughter's gonna die. And obviously, she does decide to do it because it saves humanity,
Yeah.
something like that.
I think you're right.
And Jeremy Renner's
Oh,
in it.
I think it's because she
For some
calls
reason.
him and she tells him, I think, didn't his wife pass away? So she gives him the last message that his wife, like, and that's how he's convinced she's not lying to. I thought
Yeah,
that's
something
what it
like
was. That she gives him basically, your wife told you this, and I think that's how he realized it. And she says, and I'm going to actually see you. Like, she says, like, we're going to meet up. I need you to remember this.
Yeah.
It's something like that. And I think that's when he realized, okay, you're not lying to me. And she uses even like the government phone to even call the Chinese.
She
It's
does.
some weird thing. She locks herself in a room.
She does. Forrest Whitaker's there.
Yeah.
This movie did not make an impression on me. I also saw it at 8 a.m.
Okay, so yeah, I think that would do
So,
it.
Yeah,
it's
like
too early for kind of that kind of thing.
yeah, but it was very
One of my favorite cinematic pranks is Orson Welles, one of his last released movie when he was alive, F for Fake. It's sort of like a precursor to video essays, honestly. It's an essay film, and it's about forgers and plagiarists and like scam artists. That's
Yeah.
sort of the deal, and he relates it to himself as a magician and as an artist and all of that. And in the beginning of the movie, he's like, everything I tell you for the next hour is true. And then
Okay.
the movie is 88 minutes, so do with that what you will.
interesting. Okay.
Around the 1 hour mark, he starts telling a very intense story, and then he's like, I made it up.
Let's see, I'm trying to think of other things that really have that. Like crazy
I've never
twist
seen
to
The
it.
Prestige. How's that?
I mean,
You
I
guys
haven't
that?
seen it, actually.
would you consider Gone Girl one where
Gone Girl, it just has fun twists.
it is just
I love Gone Girl.
I love that movie. Ben Affleck just plays himself, but why?
He's
Just
so
plays
funny in it.
himself.
He is so funny.
Oh, it is a funny movie. Like it's
I love when he's like, want to go to Outback?
yeah.
I've also never seen Memento.
Oh, Memento's
seen
fun.
Memento.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay, no, it's a fun movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a very goofy structure. You know, it sort of starts in the middle and spirals. So it's like middle, then like the next
Over there.
scene, then a scene from the past, and then it kind of goes
Interesting.
out in a weird spiral. It's a fun movie though.
Yeah, I have that at home. I just
Joey
never-
Pants is great in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's his name.
Joe Pantoliano.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy in the Matrix who sells them out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah, and he's in The Sopranos as Ralph Cifaretto.
Yeah.
Okay.
A disgusting character.
It's a wig, right? In The Sopranos,
I
or is that his
think-
real hair?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
think
gross?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, if it is his real hair, they styled it to make him look bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's in the Goonies.
Who?
Who's he in the Goonies?
Oh.
He's Francis Fratelli.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
okay,
gonna say,
yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
sons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to rate this one?
I think we should rate it out of pums.
Pums.
I like it.
I think I'd give it 3 pums. Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hitting it with 4 pums. I really loved this. This was fun.
Yeah, I also really liked it and was pleasantly surprised by it. Actually, there were parts I kind of laughed out loud.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually one part that I was like, I said to myself like, wow, I really love this. This is great. So I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
I'm also going with 4.5 pounds. You know, this is sort of my wheelhouse. I love this stuff, and you know, I love the valorization of the artists who care about just the crap they have to make to get by.
Yeah. This was fun. This was a good time. I liked this pick.
Yeah. I wonder what the library ghost will have in store for us next week, because we don't know. We don't even know if there's gonna be another one. This was probably the last one, right? I imagine. Who
I
knows?
mean, a ghost has to get bored eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know because it's a ghost. And we're not talking to it yet. Are we ever gonna talk to the ghost? We don't know. Maybe one day. All right. Well, maybe it's time to end the episode.
You guys know where Amanda is?
Oh,
You know, I haven't seen Amanda in a while.
No, I've not seen
I
her.
haven't even thought about her in a while.
Oh.
Jesus.
Well, see you next time.
Bye.
All right, so I want to discuss going to use the Ouija board.
Okay.
So, so I liked your suggestion when we mentioned it, that you know,
Yes, boiler room.
the creepy boiler room. So, I definitely think we should do it down there. I had John give me a tour. Definitely super creepy. There's even this back room. Amazing. Yeah. It's like a Saw movie down there. I love it. I also think we should do it after hours, because I think if, like, you know, the book barn's open and stuff like that, and they hear me, like, you know, screaming or whatever in there, then, you know, they won't be caught off guard. But, you know, I'd also think it would also make it scarier is if it was at night.
Listen, Amanda, I think this is gonna be fun, but at the same time, I just think that there might be just too many risks to do it after hours.
I mean, I talked to Michelle. She's totally on board for, like, me using the candles and stuff like that.
I just think that, like, what if something goes wrong, and then what do we do? Like, what do we do if there's no one in charge here? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I don't think it's a good idea. And you know, quite frankly, what if we do summon something? You know what I'm saying?
It's a children's game. Nothing's gonna happen. It's all just for, like, giggles.
This is how every horror movie starts. Literally. How every horror movie starts. They think that it's not going to happen, and then it does happen because they go into the house, they play the game, or they answer the phone. Or they watch the video.
I mean, if you're scared, you don't gotta come.
I didn't say I was scared. I just don't want to do it at night alone. In a boiler room.
You're not alone. I'm there. Joe's hopefully gonna be there. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just filming along, so.
I mean, if Joe's on board, why can't you be on board?
I'm sorry, Amanda. I just.
Come on,
I
think
don't
of the
think I can.
content.
The content. It's all about the gram.
I'm sorry, Amanda. I just. If I bring a demon home again, I
Again?
don't think it'll be good.
I mean, if you're scared, then totally fine. Totally respect your wishes. I mean, I got Joe there. Joe, how do you feel?
You know, I kind of want to see what happens.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Listen,
Ah.
guys, just promise me one thing. You'll be careful.
Nothing's going to happen. It's a children's game. We're going to make good content from it, especially for the Halloween season coming up. It's going to be good content. So nothing's going to happen. Don't got to worry about anything. You can go home. I think I'm going to do it tonight.
You're going to do it tonight.
Yeah. I think tonight's a good night.
Godspeed.